Stephen A. Smith, let us first remember and put back into perspective that Portland was playing back-to-back on the road. Portland was playing its fourth game in 5 nights, all on the road. Now, to answer Kerry's question, I was actually more intrigued by what I saw from Kevin Durant in the fourth quarter last night than I was impressed. And I did watch every dribble of this basketball game in Oklahoma City. Now, Kevin Durant obviously owed his team more than the 1 point that he had scored against Portland. Remember the New Year's Eve game? Last time Portland visited Oklahoma City, Kevin scored 1 point in the fourth quarter as Portland won the fourth quarter 27-16 and overcame a 16-point deficit in Oklahoma City. This is all without Russell Westbrook. Last night, things were again not going very well for the home team deep into the fourth quarter. At that point, Kevin Durant had only 3 points in the fourth quarter, and Oklahoma City trailed by 5 after back-to-back turnovers by Kevin Durant, and he thought he had gotten bogus calls, an uncalled foul on the first one, and a bad charging call on the second one. Can we see those plays quickly?
Sure.
First one, Kevin Durant gets the ball swiped from behind, and he thought he was fouled. And I think he probably has a case there. Then on the second one, on kind of a semi-fast break, he thought it was a block instead of a charge. He did not get the call, and he was, Stephen A. Smith, furious about both calls back-to-back. Now, this was about 3 minutes left in the game. He goes to the scorer's table, hammers the scorer's table, utters a very loud expletive for which he apologized after the game. He got mad, and he got a technical foul. Well, the takeaway for me was he finally got mad. We saw that guy that got advertised last year as the not nice Kevin Durant, and he proceeded to take it out on the visitors. Kevin Durant went off as Portland went ice cold, and Oklahoma City finishes the game on a 15-4 run as Kevin Durant scores 11 of the last 15, including 3 unconscious, as you say, pull up from 30 kind of threes. And it reminded me, Stephen A. Smith, of LeBron James back in his Cleveland days. Remember when occasionally some idiot on the front row, especially on an away game, would start to heckle LeBron James, and he would get mad and take it out on the opposition. I would come in the next day and say, hey, I like that guy. I like LeBron playing mad. I loved Kevin Durant playing mad last night. I don't see that very often, so I would hope in the future he could reach down and push that button in himself a little more often.
Over the last 3 games, Kevin Durant is averaging 43. He's shooting. He scored 130 points in the last 3 games on 67.6% shooting. He has scored plus 30 over the last 8 games. You listen to Wes Matthews. You listen to Coach Terry Stotts, who's doing an outstanding job, by the way. Congratulations on that, Coach. You look at the Damian Lillards of the world. You look at LaMarcus Aldridge and the things that they had to say. They talk about shooting in the ocean, and they spew helplessness, because what they were acknowledging is what I have been telling you. He's 6'10". Don't give me no 6'9". The man is 6'10". He's got a 7'6" wingspan. He can pull up from 30. He has a mid-range game. He can shoot off the dribble. He can spot up. He can go to the hole. He can be ambidextrous, using both his left or his right hand. This dude has the opportunity and the chance, if he wants to, Skip, to eclipse the great legendary Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the greatest scorer in NBA history. He is simply that automatic. This is a guy that during the NBA Finals, an off NBA Finals by our standards, based on what we expected from him, averaged 30 on better than 50% shooting. That's an off NBA Finals for Kevin Durant. This dude right now, as far as I'm concerned, is the clear-cut favorite for league MVP honors. If the MVP vote was today, he'd win it, and it wouldn't even be a close second. LeBron would be in the conversation. LaMarcus Aldridge for Portland would be in the conversation. Chris Paul, CP3, had he not gotten hurt, would have been in the conversation. But
would
Kevin
you please
Durant,
put Paul George in that conversation?
Yes, I would. Absolutely. Paul George has been nothing short of sensational, and he would be in the conversation as well. But Kevin Durant is just on another level. I'm just talking about the package. When we're sitting here and you're talking and you're nitpicking, you're not wrong per se, because you've pointed that out in the past in terms of LeBron getting angry or getting that little extra something inside of himself. I think losing to Dallas in the NBA Finals did that for him more than the critics, more than anybody insulting him or whatever. When you lost to Dallas, that's what really propelled LeBron to another level. Kevin Durant lost in the NBA Finals to a LeBron. Last year, he didn't show up like he was supposed to against Memphis in the playoffs. And I think as a result of that reality, Kevin Durant is on a mission. And what he is doing is showing you what he's capable of. It is that simple. I'm looking at this guy, the package that he is, and I see an offensive arsenal, the likes of which I don't know if I've seen for some times. If he's Michael, you look at Michael Jordan, who's the greatest in our eyes. He's got a 4 to 5 inch height advantage on Michael Jordan.
Sure.
You look at Pippen. Pippen couldn't handle or shoot the way this guy can. You look at a Bird. He didn't have his athleticism. You look at a Magic. He didn't have his shot. You look at a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Wilt Chamberlain. Excuse me. You look at those two guys. They were big men who needed the ball. They can't handle the ball 94 feet. Kevin Durant has the skills to play the 1, the 2, the 3, or the 4 position on the floor, and he is putting it on display. And just like last week when we talked about Peyton Manning and Tom Brady going against each other, and we stopped and paused for a second, initiated by you, acknowledging that there is greatness that's taking place, and we're very blessed and fortunate to see what we're seeing. I'm telling you that what Kevin Durant is doing right now, what I saw him do the other night against Golden State, what I saw him do last night, there are certain moments, just moments, that you just step back and pause and acknowledge a level of appreciation for greatness taking place before your very eyes. Because this stuff is God-given, my man. You can't teach the things that Kevin Durant does on the floor.